Hey, hey, hey!
Hey,
We are
Shag
this.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm Jammer, and we are.
The spirit of Oliver. Yes, we are.
Waiting for you there, man. You left me hanging for a little while. What you
I thought
got
you were
going
gonna.
on, Shag Dog? Label out, brother.
Hey, label out, and we got Tangerine surprise. Dreamy Tangerine by Blind Machine Brewing.
Oh boy, I feel as though that you're a little off the mark today.
I lost my page.
I'm doing a Gnommegang Belgian style blonde ale. It's 9.5% ABV. It gets a 91. 91. Believe it or not, Shag Dog, at the Beer Advocate. It says on the back of this glass can here, the mischievous gnomes of Belgium farmstead, Brasseria de Chouf, are at it once again. They dropped by the brewery Gnommegang and left behind a present of Chouffe yeast for our brewing team here in Cooperstown, New York. Combining their yeast in the primary fermentation along with our recipe, our brewing techniques, and our yeast in the can conditioning yields a unique, flavorful, and aromatic dose of magic. If you know, you know. Whatever that means.
Yeah, this one's by Flying Machine Brewing Company. It's a 5.1% cream ale, and it's the perfect summer ripper. The made is from real tangerine and vanilla beans, no extracts, no concentrate. This beer is bound to hit the spot. There you go.
Wow. Down to hit the spot. Sounds almost perverted.
Yeah, it is.
I poured this a little hard. Got a lot of foam, so I got to let it subside. But it does so far look like a Belgian blonde, Belgian style blonde ale. You know,
Ooh, yes, early.
it's funny how
Yeah,
huh?
I miss the days we used to split beers. It's so much easier.
Easier.
Back when we split beers.
Yeah.
This day we'd be on our sixth or seventh or eighth beer review already.
You know, the funny thing about this particular style of beer, you know, they usually will have a big billowy, rocky type, white, off white around that type head,
Oh.
and definitely that's what I have going on here, Shag Dog. I poured it hard, but I got a big billowy type, head. It's there, you know.
Hmm. I almost passed out here, Jim. I almost passed out.
So you're saying this is your last beer?
Yeah, probably. This one's very cloudy. And it's supposed to be a
Yep.
cream ale. Can't see through it at all.
It almost looks like it has an orange color there, like a tangerine would.
It does, like an orangish yellow type color, I
Hmm.
guess, to it.
And
There you go.
and on top of that, Shag Dog, from what I could see, it almost looks like a creamsicle color there for a moment. Like orange and cream mixed together, making a kind of like orange.
Cream.
Uh, what is the word I'm looking for? Well, cream. I mean,
It's like
cream. Taking orange and mixing it in with the cream makes a nice color.
yeah.
A soft orange color.
Shit.
Well, mine it still has a big head, but it's dissipated quite a bit, and I still got some in the can, so I'm going to continue pouring it for a little while. You could go ahead and tell us what you smell and everything.
I smell a little bit of tangerine. Basically, a little bit of tangerine, green, very grainy, malty, grainy malt. Yeah, a grainy sweetness, a little bit of grassy hops jammer. It's actually, I don't think I'll like it, but we'll see.
Well, this has a like kind of pale straw golden color from what I can tell. I mean, it really does. I mean, lighting doesn't do it justice. Most time lighting on these videos don't give it justice uh like we
Deserve.
see it.
Uh,
And the alcohol on this is pretty high. For I'm smelling it. I smell like a little diacetyl, like buttery smell. Kind of soury, buttery smell. It's got a almost a fruity, hoppy type malt character type smell to it.
oh,
Yeah.
this
It reminds me
almost,
of those Duvel, whatever, Belgian style ales.
this almost has a creamy tangerine, like a cream pop. Like orange pop with ice cream in the
Creamsicle,
center.
a
Yeah.
creamsicle,
But what is it?
a creamsicle.
Yeah, like that. A little bit. It's got a tangerine, but it has a little bit of creamy taste too. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Almost like a creamsicle. Yeah, but tangerine instead of orange or whatever.
I tell you, that head on my beer, it was big and billowy, like it should be, and it has the little crevices and such, and making it rocky and all that stuff. So it's right there with the style and all that stuff. But it also looks inviting, like comforting, and
That's what she said, Jammer.
yeah.
You ever have a
And I
girl that
keep,
actually looked inviting and comforting?
mm-hmm.
Your wife, right?
And then they turn around and smack you upside the head. All right. um, and the smell, like I told you, it
I
has that
remember when I was in love.
biscuity, diacetyl smell, buttery almost, and everything. I'm going to go ahead and give mine a sip because I know you've already started. So let me go ahead and try mine.
Yeah, it's not. This one ain't bad actually. I'm not big on tangerine cream. I like some cream ales, but fruity beers, not a big fan of fruity beers at all. Not bad. A tangerine type creamsicle taste to it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one because I'm not big on fruity beers, and yet this one that I'm having is kind of fruity. It's kind of got a dry to dry finish pretty much.
Yeah. Sherry, do you know how we go about finding an old love?
Old love.
Yeah, say I went out 2001, my Scottish Norwegian girl. Can't
Oh
find
man,
her.
I'd probably say that's going to be pretty hard for you to
She
find
could
if
be
you know her name.
she could be dead. Her name was Linda, but I looked in Lakeland for Linda. Can't find her.
Yeah.
She was 40, supposedly 44 when I was 28. So, I mean, she'd be, if it was the
Oh,
correct age,
20 years
60,
older than you. Yeah.
she'd be 66 now.
No, she'd be older than that.
14 years, 28 to 44, 16. She'll be 57 after, yeah, or 67.
She's dead. Move on.
I wonder about the other one too from Cheers there, the Betty lady, because she supposedly
She's
was
dead. Move on.
supposedly 44. I was 28. Another one.
They were actually 54.
Yeah, that's what Stacy said. She's like, that girl is older, 44. I was like, oh, she told me she was 44. All right, she lied to me.
That's jealousy on her part, but I don't know. I mean, if you know their first and last names, I say
No,
that not to be mean
no, I
because
only remember their first names. And they're the most special woman ever was Gina, the lady from Weston Chapel. She likes Zimas. I went out with her a couple times. This is before I met Stacy. Went out with her twice to Casbore's and one other time, but she didn't want to get together. You know, she's older. Then she admitted to me she was actually older than what she told me she was 46 or 48. She was actually 54, but she looked good for her age.
yeah,
So that means if I was 28 and she was 54, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years older than me. So that means she's 66 now, right?
mm-hmm.
16 years older than me. Yeah. Oh, wait. 67 going on 68. Yeah, she's old. She was very sweet, though. I miss her. I wish I could have banged her back then.
You know what I like about the fact that you
But
dated these women and had sexual relations with these women and all that stuff. That you not necessarily uh, remember their last names or anything,
right,
but you remember their personalities. You
and for
remember their character.
right, she likes Zimas.
Yeah.
She was sweet. I mean, first time I went out with her, I got a kiss from her, but she didn't want to take it any further. And then it was what really upset me is like it was like a year or two later, I'm living with Stacy, and I still had the AOL Instant Messenger. It's like 2003. Never used
Yeah.
it. I just signed on there one day, and all of a sudden she's on there. Hey, how you doing? And I'm like, fuck, like banging right now. Oh. She was very hot for an older lady.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you give that beer? Are you getting close to being able to grade it, or are you?
Tangerine is almost as good as those older women, Jammer. This tangerine is ripe, like those old women.
Do you really love? Did you really love her peaches? Want to shake her tree?
Mm-hmm. I sure did. I like to shake the tree at least. I don't know if the peaches will fall out, but yeah, that one, the Scottish Norwegian woman was pretty because she was really weird because she was Scottish, but she moved to Norway when she was like 5 or 6 years old. So she had a like a little bit of Scottish, but a Norwegian accent at the same time too. It was like really.
What gets me is that one right there seemed like the one that you would have been with.
Yeah, that one I lost touch with because we went out. I think one last time. Yeah, I think she might have been married, cheating on her husband, because or something. Because I mean, we meet up real quick, go to a hotel, go out to dinner maybe once in a while, but most times we met at the hotel 3 4 hours, and then she go home. You know, she never spent the night. So
Mm-hmm.
I think she was married. She claimed it was her daughter. She had a 15-year-old daughter, supposedly, but could be true. But then it was 2000, 2001, last time I heard of her. Never messaged her back. She never messaged me back. And we just never heard from
Mm-hmm.
each other. Now, I might have known her last name maybe back then. I just can't remember it now.
Well, I wasn't picking on you for not knowing it.
Oh, no. I know you're jealous.
No, I'm just, I know that, you may not know it right now. You might have known it then, but not now.
Oh,
But what I was getting at is that you have fond memories. You remember the person, the character, and the personality. And so, in that regards, I guess when they talk about what was it, Don Quixote.
Yeah.
Can you name the names? Can you do this? Well, maybe not name the names, but you should be able to.
Yeah.
You it's not like you did it without any regard to the personality or person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you, oh, the Norwegian Scottish lady, the one time she's like, "You want me to dress up like anything?" Me at the hotel, I was like, "Yeah, dress up like a schoolgirl." And she came with a plaid skirt, but it was like low. I mean, it was very low skirt. A white shirt, a tie. Her hair was in pigtails, and she was walking up the steps in front of me to the hotel. We're up on the second floor, and I see her that she don't have no panties on underneath the short plaid skirt. I was like, "Oh, you don't have panties on?" She's like, "No. Why would I wear panties?" Type thing. I was like, "Oh my god, you get this." I was like, "What happened if you got pulled over?" Like, yeah, short skirt and no panties on. I was like, man, she was crazy.
See,
She
they were living out their fantasies with you.
the first time I met her, I was like, "Yeah, let's meet somewhere in a parking lot." She was from Lakeland. I was like, "She's gonna come up my way." My parents were. That's back before I moved out of my parents' house. Like I was meet at the bowling alley. We met in the parking lot at the bowling alley. I was thinking we'd go inside, have a drink, maybe bowl a game or something. But as soon as we met, she like put her arms around me, and started making out, and she like, "Oh, let's go." Okay, my parents were away for the week. They're in Daytona or some shit. I was like, "Let's go." We went back to my parents' house. Got her there. I had coffee on the pot. It was still hot. You want some coffee or like I had beer or wine or something. She goes, "Okay, yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee." A cup of coffee. I'm trying to be nice. All of a sudden, she just grabbed me like, "Let's just get it over with," and start making out with me. And where's the bedroom? That type of stuff. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you should have held on to her.
yeah, should have. Those four of them, and the German one was crazy too. Remember that German one? Of course, she had the ex-boyfriend walking in the house
I
doing.
don't know what it is with you. You attract the crazies.
Mhm. That's true.
You do have that ability.
The ability or the curse.
I think it's a gift. You just don't know how to use it.
Right. It's like I'm a Jedi, but I don't know how to wield this lightsaber.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Anyhow, yeah. I wish I knew how to wield that lightsaber. Now, I gotta get a band-aid. I think I cut my. Oh, you can see that there. I cut my pinky knuckle.
Oh well.
Hurts like hell. It's like a little cut, but I think it might be infected. I might have to get some Neosporin on that.
Just throw some peroxide or alcohol on it. You'll be all right. So, what kind of grade are you going to give your creamsicle tangerine?
For what it is, a creamsicle tangerine. I give it a B plus and a swallow. B plus and a swallow. Yeah.
Believe it or not, Shag Dog, we've had those Duvet or Duvel, whatever Belgian style ales before,
Oh.
and I didn't care much for them. That they were all right and everything. And this one's pretty easy to drink and hides the 9.5 ABV pretty good. And I'm actually surprised by it myself. And I'm surprised I'm about to give this a B plus because it's that good. I mean, I like it. The problem I have with them is that they usually have that kind of like diacetyl buttery flavor almost.
Yeah.
And when I drink it, it's kind of yeasty, and all that stuff. And when I drink it, it doesn't settle well for me. Those type
Yeah.
of beers. Yeah, but I'd
I
give
tell
it a
you
B
what,
plus and a swallow.
give it to me, Jammer. Your top 10 80s bands.
Well, I would probably put Def Leppard in there.
All right.
I would put
And that could be anything pop, Prince, whoever you want. Michael Jackson, if you want to get him in there.
uh,
Top 10
don't get
80s
me
act.
wrong. Michael Jackson was big in the '80s and all that stuff. I get that.
Yeah.
I got that. It's not that
Yeah.
I don't think he was big in that time
Thriller
period.
and Bad. I mean, pretty much, basically.
But let's talk.
I'm talking about what you like.
Def Leppard.
Yeah.
I say Bon Jovi was in there. Huey Lewis in the News.
Pretty good.
ACDC. Top bands in the sense of songs, all the songs,
No, I'm asking your top 10. Your top 10.
in
What
the
you like.
sense of the songs or the.
Songs, albums, bands. Yeah. You got Huey Lewis, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, AC/DC.
I would say, like I said, Def Leppard, Huey Lewis and the News, Bon Jovi. I would throw in ACDC. Uh, I would put in Billy Joel for two for that, and Hall and Oates.
You
I
got to
would
put it in everybody. So we're
ZZ
going
Top,
top 50.
ZZ Top.
So let's just go top 50
Why are we going top 50?
because you're already at 10.
No, I'm not at 10. How am I?
Almost. Top 100 of the 80s.
I gave you a handful of bands from the 80s.
I was at 7 already. Then you named off 3 more.
I had Def Leppard, Bon
AC/DC,
Jovi,
AC/DC,
ACDC,
Billy
Huey
Joel.
Lewis and the News,
Billy Joel.
right? Billy Joel, Hall and Oates.
6.
The Cars.
Who?
The Cars.
Oh, the automobiles. Are they electric cars or gasoline?
Uh,
Back then they were gas.
I guess
All
I
right.
would throw in U2.
Yeah. There's a lot of bands. I mean, you could even say Madonna. You could throw Madonna in the top of the 80s. I'm just saying top. I don't really like Madonna that much, but I could probably, if you depending on what you're going at,
Cindy
top,
Lauper,
yeah, Madonna. Madonna had a lot of hits in the 80s, you know?
The bands that I liked was, like I said, Huey Lewis, then the News, Men at Work,
Yeah.
the Cars, ZZ Top. I liked Cindy Lauper. I liked, even Duran Duran for that matter. Hall and
Yeah.
Oates. Hall and Oates definitely 80s. Man,
Yeah.
they had a lot of songs during the 80s.
Did you like Wham?
Wham was all right, but I was listening to them the other day at work when they were playing the '80s album or whatever, and I started listening to that album. The "Wake Me Up Before You Go," I'm out spending a night in Soho or whatever like that. And I was thinking to myself,
What a gay song.
nobody could tell that he was gay. I mean, come on.
Back then, I mean, because he was gay, and there's a documentary on YouTube, or not YouTube, Netflix now, a show about that,
Yeah.
about the Wham years, and he went before they got really famous. He stayed the night at somebody's house, some man, and the man approached him about sex or whatever, but he denied it or declined it. But that's when he realized he was gay because he was really excited about it. To me, it just looks like he was groomed. But then again, he acted kind of gay before that, so maybe he was gay.
Oh, he acted gay, and the his counterpart, the other guy, them two had a relationship, from what I understood too.
You think the other Wham guy? Because the other Wham
Yeah,
guy was banging a lot of chicks, supposedly.
I don't know. Supposedly they were involved too, so maybe they were bi.
Andy, yeah. I
But
don't know.
here's the thing about it. Uh, whenever they came out and all that stuff, and he looked so picture perfect, and everything was just his hair was perfect, his skin was perfect, everything was perfect. I looked at that and I said to myself, he's gay.
You
Men
know what's
didn't.
really funny? If you should watch that documentary, Jammer. The other guy, Andy, is the more active one. He's out there, wants to be famous, whatever. And George Michael is the one who's shy, whatever. But he's the one who becomes famous because of his singing or whatever.
Mm.
It's just a really. And then their last show they had together at somewhere in London or maybe at Wembley Stadium, the last Wham show in 1985.
Yeah.
He's going to go solo. You just feel bad for that other dude. You know, you're like, wow, he was the one that got him involved, and then he just went from there. It's like if you got famous and you just left me behind.
Well, that wouldn't happen. I mean, you
Like
got
you
to
become
remember.
a George Michael, and I'm still a straight Andy.
Here's the thing about it. He became famous and all, but he didn't last long, did he? Because he died, right?
Oh, he died only a couple years ago, but famous wise, he only lasted to what, early 90s, 91, 92.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you became famous. You turned around and basically decided to go solo because you thought you were all that. And then when it all comes down to it, you die or you lose your fame, and you find out you weren't all that. You know. And so, what did you do? You basically lost a friendship, lost you know a connection with a person.
Right. I don't know if they're still friends after all these years, but
Now, don't get me wrong. If he turned around and went to him and said, "Look, I'm being told I should go solo,"
you know,
and that to me, I'm sorry, but you've been together doing this ever since you were kids, growing
right.
up, and everything. And it doesn't matter if you're a kid or if you were in your 20s and now you're in your 50s, and you turn around and created that all those years, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm better off if I go solo.
Right.
Fuck that.
And do a farewell concert. Now I'm going solo. I at least take you. I'm not going to do a farewell concert, even if they say, "All right, jam." It's a jammer farewell. Jammer is the star of the show. Okay, well, jammer, you better take me with you. I'm the dancer now.
No, I mean the thing about it is that you just don't cut ties with people because of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I mean, but you have to agree, though. I mean, if you look at those videos, the Wham videos, that guy had the guitar. That's all he did. I don't even
yeah,
know if he knew how to play a guitar. He just danced
the
around.
only thing that I would say is either you get them to participate more into what you're doing, or you have them go back in the backdrop a little more.
Right. Give them some singing lessons.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do that, then okay, all right, you go to the backdrop. I'll go to
Right.
the forefront. I'll be the showman, and
Even
I'll
if
turn
you want to take
around.
the forefront and write songs, like all his
Yeah.
songs that he had as solo, well, you better start practicing his backup vocal I got for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, George Michael, well, he had AIDS, or I don't know if he got AIDS or what.
I don't know.
Anyhow, but he died pneumonia or something, So usually most people have AIDS, it's an immune deficiency. So,
Yeah, we're already at 45 minutes, Shag Dog.
hey, George Michael deserves that.
What, the die of AIDS or the.
The 45
Uh,
minutes. Yeah. All right.
all right, let's
Let
close
me,
her down, man.
hey, Jammer, let me sip that beer down.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe I got this big can, high alcohol content, so that I wouldn't be able to drink faster than you. And I drank this thing faster than you drink
Well,
that.
I got a big can too.
Yeah, but it wasn't high in alcohol.
It's like 19.9 ounces. I suck as an entertainer and an influencer. No, I'm not influencing nobody.
You're not an influencer, and neither am I, but you are an entertainer, and you would do well, but you have to be disciplined
Committed, committed,
and
and just
committed. You need to be committed, yes.
or I need a girl with tits and short shorts.
You hear me? You do
Yeah,
need to be committed.
right. And but also, did you hear me? I need a girl with short shorts or tits.
I heard you, but did you hear what I said? You need to
I need
be
to be
committed.
committed. Yeah.
Yes, you need to be committed to an institution.
That's true.
I knew you were. I knew it was flying over your head each time, man. I mean, no, but you have a comedic style and a comedic timing and all that stuff, and an interesting perspective that needs to be tapped into and
Right.
somehow exposed.
And what's really going to help, maybe these places of interest that you talked about, Centrala or different
Yeah.
places.
I
I
don't
like
know if
the
they're going to be the ones that help you or whatever like that, but I do definitely know that you have to your comedy and your perspective. I'm telling you, there's a need for it,
yeah.
and you definitely should have it. You know,
There's
out.
one guy said we should not wear shades. We should show our eyes because that shows us our
Well,
souls.
maybe we should do that.
Who knows?
Maybe we should say Spitter Swallow beer review exposed.
Yeah, our souls come alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, here's the thing. They brought us out from behind the camera, right? The fans. So now maybe the fans are speaking that we need to show our eyes and show us.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyhow, I am Shag Dog.
I am Jammer. We are.
Oh, clear solidarity. Okay.
And
We'll
we'll
see you
see
next
on.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a couple weeks. Jammer might do some solo videos, maybe more this week, next week.
Hopefully, maybe.
Shag Dog's go shopping for some more beers because I'm almost out. So
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing. Tinkle the bell for Shag Dog. He gets excited when that happens. And, you know, let it go and let it flow. You know, the world can be hard and it can be rough. Take it from us. We know. Right, Shag Dog?
yeah, I guess you might say that. Yeah,
Yeah. But you know what? Sit down, have a beer with a friend, talk, enjoy the moment. Because you know what? Time is short, and before you know it, it's all over.
right. Just another childhood friend of mine died the other day. She had breast cancer for a couple of years. It spread to her brain. She died
It's terrible.
Saturday. So what's today? Friday, Thursday, whatever. She died Saturday.
Wow.
Another one. She's like 50, a year older than me. She's 52.
Wow.
Another one is gone in our age group. And it's not natural. I don't think people dying in our age group cancer and shit.
I don't think it's right either because, but then again, you know what? That's the way the powers that be have set it up.
Yeah.
When you talk about frequencies in general, frequencies like 528 and 432 are like frequencies that music and everything should be at for benefit. The powers that be set the music to be music standard to be 440, which is chaotic. It's just disruptive.
Mm.
It causes people not to be in harmony with the world.
Yeah.
And if you look at the history, that was set up back in I think the 20s or 30s or somewhere around that time period or whatever. Ever since then, it's been chaos. It's been disharmony. People need to be in tune with the world and be able to be in touch with the existence of a higher power, whether it be
Right.
God or whatever you perceive it to be. Yeah, just my thinking and my belief. So,
Got it. Hey, well, I guess we'll see you on the next one. Shag Dog and Jammer. Beer beer review. Woo, we'll see you on the next one. I don't have any more beers to review, and
hey,
Jammer
drink up.
might have to go to bed here in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, drink up.